Have you ever wondered how ancient humans managed to walk across forests, deserts, rocky mountains, and frozen landscapes without wearing shoes? Today, even stepping on a small stone can make us uncomfortable. We rely on sneakers, sandals, boots, and other footwear every single day. But for most of human history, none of these existed. So how did our ancestors survive? Was the ground less dangerous back then, or were ancient humans simply tougher than we are today? To understand the answer, we have to travel back hundreds of thousands of years, long before cities, roads, or even farming existed. Early humans spent their entire lives outdoors. Every journey, every hunt, and every search for food happened on foot. There were no smooth sidewalks or paved streets. Instead, they walked across dirt, mud, grass, sharp rocks, tree roots, riverbanks, and hot sand. Unlike us, they never depended on shoes from childhood. Their feet developed naturally under constant contact with the ground. This lifelong exposure changed the human foot in remarkable ways. The skin on the bottom of their feet became much thicker over time, creating natural calluses. These weren't painful or uncomfortable. Instead, they acted like a protective layer, reducing injuries while still allowing the feet to feel the texture of the ground. Modern studies have shown that natural calluses protect the foot without reducing sensitivity very much. This allowed ancient people to detect changes in terrain while remaining protected from rough surfaces. But thick skin was only part of the story. Inside every human foot are dozens of muscles, tendons, and ligaments working together every time we take a step. Ancient people constantly used these muscles because they walked barefoot from early childhood. Their feet became stronger, more flexible, and better balanced than those of most modern people. Their toes spread naturally while walking, giving them extra grip and stability on uneven ground. Instead of depending on shoes for support, their own feet provided the support they needed. Walking barefoot also changed how people moved. Ancient humans rarely slammed their heels against the ground the way many people do today while wearing modern shoes. Instead, they often landed gently on the middle or front part of the foot. This movement reduced impact, improved balance, and made long-distance walking more comfortable. It also produced less noise, which became extremely useful while hunting animals or avoiding dangerous predators. Life, however, was never easy. The wilderness was filled with sharp stones, broken branches, thorny plants, insects, snakes, and rough terrain. A serious foot injury could become life-threatening because there were no hospitals or modern medicine. That's why ancient people learned something many of us rarely think about today. They carefully watched every step they took. Their eyes constantly scanned the ground ahead, choosing safer paths while avoiding unnecessary risks. Walking wasn't automatic. It required attention, awareness, and experience. Different environments created different challenges. In warm regions such as Africa, where humanity first evolved, walking barefoot was relatively easier. Much of the land consisted of soil, grasslands, and softer surfaces. But as humans gradually migrated into colder parts of Europe and Asia, everything changed. Snow covered the ground, ice froze rivers and valleys, sharp rocks became hidden beneath frozen soil. Bare feet that worked perfectly in warm climates suddenly faced freezing temperatures capable of causing severe injuries. This forced humans to adapt once again. Instead of relying only on their tough feet, they began experimenting with simple forms of protection. Animal hides became one of the earliest materials used to wrap around the feet. Pieces of leather were tied using strips of plant fiber or animal sinew. These primitive coverings weren't comfortable or stylish, but they helped reduce injuries during long journeys through difficult environments. As thousands of years passed, footwear slowly improved. Archaeologists have discovered woven sandals made from plant fibers that are over 10,000 years old. Some of the oldest leather shoes ever found date back more than 5,000 years. These discoveries show that early shoes were practical inventions created for survival rather than fashion. They protected people from freezing temperatures, rough landscapes, sharp stones, and burning sand, while making travel safer and more efficient. Interestingly, not every ancient civilization wore shoes all the time. In many warm regions, people continued walking barefoot for everyday activities because their feet remained strong enough to handle natural terrain. Shoes were often reserved for long journeys, harsh weather, hunting, warfare, or special occasions. This balance between barefoot movement and simple footwear lasted for thousands of years. Our ancestors didn't just walk, they ran incredible distances as well. Long before bows or advanced weapons became common, humans often relied on endurance hunting. Instead of chasing animals with great speed, they pursued them for hours under the hot sun. Humans couldn't outrun animals like deer or antelope in short sprints, but they possessed something unique, remarkable endurance. By jogging steadily over long distances, they exhausted their prey until the animals became too tired to escape. Strong feet played a major role in making this hunting strategy possible. The human foot itself is an engineering masterpiece. Each foot contains 26 bones, 33 joints, and more than 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments. Together, they create a flexible structure capable of absorbing shock, maintaining balance, and adapting to uneven terrain. Millions of years of evolution shaped our feet for movement across natural landscapes, long before shoes ever existed. So why do our feet seem so much weaker today? The answer lies in our lifestyle. From childhood, most of us wear shoes almost every day. We spend more time on flat concrete floors than on natural ground. Our feet rarely experience the variety of surfaces that once strengthened them. As a result, many of the small muscles inside our feet become less active, the thick natural calluses never fully develop, and even a short walk across rough stones can feel painful. Of course, modern shoes serve an important purpose. Today's world is very different from the one our ancestors knew. Broken glass, metal objects, polluted streets, hot asphalt, and other hazards make footwear an essential form of protection. Good shoes also help many people during sports, work, and long hours of standing. They are one of humanity's greatest inventions, but they have also changed the way our feet function. Even today, there are communities around the world where children grow up spending much of their time barefoot. Researchers have observed that these individuals often develop stronger foot muscles, wider toe spacing, and excellent balance compared to people who always wear supportive shoes. Their feet demonstrate that the human body still retains its remarkable ability to adapt when given the opportunity. The story of ancient humans walking without shoes reminds us of something extraordinary. The greatest protection our ancestors had wasn't expensive equipment or advanced technology. It was the incredible adaptability of the human body itself. Through thousands of generations, people transformed their own feet into powerful tools, capable of crossing continents, surviving harsh climates, climbing mountains, hunting animals, and exploring an untamed world. So, the next time you slip on your favorite pair of shoes, take a moment to imagine the countless generations before us who crossed forests, deserts, rivers, rocky valleys, and frozen plains with nothing but their own bare feet. Their journey shaped the human story, and every step they took helped lead us to the world we know today.